You want to play? Dan, is there? No.
I don't. Nobody brought.
Nobody?
No.
Okay. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We appreciate your presence on this momentous occasion. I'm really proud of all of our Teachers of the Year. So we're going to start with a moment of silence. The moment of silence is a time to reflect, meditate, pray, or engage in any other silent activity that does not interfere with others. The moment of silence shall begin now. Thank you. Will you please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. I'd like to call the meeting to order, and may we have our roll call, please? Here.
Here. Here.
Okay. Reports or comments from the superintendent. What have you got for us tonight?
Got a couple. Actually, I'm not going to talk about anything because other than the fact that this is like a first, right? That we are getting to celebrate excellence at both student and teacher level. And so, oh, look at everybody. They're just, look at them. They are fired up and ready to go back there to celebrate all these folks. So I told Mr. Scott and Mr. Jewell that, and Kayla, because she gets mad at me for doing things on the fly. We're going to call a little bit of an audible here. And so I thought what we do is we just do both at the same time. And that way we can celebrate your teacher of the year and we can celebrate your student of the month. We can have them come up kind of as a joint thing. And Mrs. Barlow, where's Mrs. Barlow? She volunteered to go first. Look at her. Awesome. So we'll go high school, middle school, intermediates.
I'm Melissa Barlow, principal at the high school, and I'd like to invite my student, Character Strong student, Aaliyah Cam, and our teacher of the year, Miss Erin Lucas, to come forward, please. So first, I'm going to talk about Aaliyah, and Aaliyah was chosen as our Character Strong winner this month for Yukon High School. We do our Character Strong at multiple grade levels, but we have been choosing our students from our Keystone students. And out of all of our 9th grade students, Aaliyah was chosen, and this was from Mr. Sider, her teacher, and he says that she is a model Character Strong student because she's very dedicated and intentional when it comes to her schoolwork and building relationships with her peers. She is very helpful to those around her, whether or not it benefits her. She is very selfless and a very caring individual. So congratulations, Aaliyah.
We want to make sure that the students and the teachers hang around because Kayla's going to get a bunch of pictures back there. So hang out in the back when you get your award.
And then this is our Yukon High School Teacher of the Year, Miss Erin Lucas. Erin has been at Yukon High School for a bit. We've been together for a while, and she started teaching English for us, but I'm most proud of her current work, and that is as our senior capstone teacher. So this is our second year of having senior capstone at Yukon High School. all seniors take this course for a semester. She teaches alongside Cole Lockwood and Barney Moon. And they just really, it's just an amazing course. It's hard to sum it all up, but they get everything that they need to know about the world in senior capstone. But my favorite part about Erin is that she takes our kids, because everybody's taking senior capstone, so she takes a great mix of kids that have been, whether at AP or career tech, or kids that have been virtual and have come back, and she takes all of those kids and she puts them into a classroom, and they go through character strong lessons, and they have real conversations about life after high school. And so she is preparing our kids to go out and do the things that we all say we wish we would have learned in high school, and she's actually teaching those things to our kids. And it's just an amazing melting pot of learning for our seniors, and just to keep them engaged and exciting. And she's just a wonderful human who's developed a fantastic course for us, and it really means a lot to me that she is our teacher of the year this year. Thank you.
Spinning, I'm so excited. Hi, I'm Karen Garcia. I am the principal of Yukon Middle School, and I'd like to invite Christina Dennis up, who is going to be introducing our student of the month for humility, Muhammad Ghazana. So I'd like Muhammad to come up as well. And our teacher of the year, Caitlin Gardner, come on up.
Humble people love being recognized. Muhammad is the type of students teachers wish they had a class full of. To begin with, his intellect is only exceeded by his consistent humility. He easily grasps complex concepts that most other students his age struggle with. While some of his peers who are academically adept make a habit of making others feel less than, he does the opposite. He is unpretentious and can be found helping others without being prompted. As a teacher, I especially appreciate that while he may notice an error another student or even I make, he does not feel the need to draw attention to it. He also routinely sweats the small stuff, such as pushing a chair in, allowing others to go before him, and listening to understand instead of simply waiting for his turn to speak. He does not seek attention or adulation. He simply does something because it's the right thing to do. He expresses gratitude freely and takes ownership of his shortcomings. Whenever I think of the word humble, his face is the first one that comes to mind. So thank you.
And for our teacher of the year, Caitlin Gardner. I reached out to several colleagues and my other admin to kind of get some words about Caitlin. Caitlin Gardner has been chosen as this year's teacher of the year at the middle school. Caitlin is an English teacher in her 5th year in the profession. She is a true teacher leader, never shying away from creating a positive and impactful learning environment. Whether it's digging into and leading her team through new curriculum, coaching academic team, heading up National Junior Honor Society, teaching an advanced English class, or guiding her PLC to best practices. She is a dynamic classroom teacher who creates a positive, supportive, and challenging learning environment. And she is a thoughtful and thorough PLC facilitator. Caitlin is incredibly knowledgeable in her field, always focusing on what is best for her students. She encourages, challenges, and pushes students and colleagues to be their best with a consistently positive demeanor, always sharing a smile and filling a need when she sees a need. We are so very proud of Caitlin, and we couldn't be happier or more proud to call her a Yukon Middle School Miller. Congratulations.
They're coming. They're already coming up. We got to get Jody up here. You're fine. Sam jumped the gun. He was ready. He's fired up. You gotta like it. You gotta like it though.
Hi, I'm Jody Pendleton. I'm principal at Yukon Alternative School, and I'm here today with our Character Strong Student of the Month, and her name is Addison Berry, and she was nominated by 3 of our staff members for respect and kindness. And this is her teacher, Mrs. Bohannon, and she's here to talk about Addison.
I just want to say Addison is always at school. She's never absent. And when she comes, she always has a nice, positive attitude. And she's so sweet to everybody and always helpful to her, our staff and the other students. So we really appreciate her.
Well done. Okay, ready for the intermediates, are we? Yep, and just a reminder that there is a huge, we do a grand Teacher of the Year celebration coming up where we have a banquet and really shine a little bit more light and spend a little bit more time with these folks. Go ahead, Sam.
Okay. Good evening. I'm Sam Summers. I'm the principal at Lakeview. I want to invite my Student of the Month, Savannah Seeley, to come up here with me, and our Teacher of the Year, Miss Alexis Patrick. And it's perfect because Savannah is a student of Miss Patrick's, and she actually wrote something here about Savannah. I've also learned just tonight that Savannah's roots run very deep here in Yukon. I did not know this, but I found out a lot of cool things tonight. This is her first year at Lakeview, and she has just been crushing it from day one. I got lots of different things that her teachers had to say about her. Miss Patrick says, Savannah is a one-of-a-kind student that every teacher loves to teach. She is eager to learn, listens when she needs help, and is always kind to myself and others. She is a pleasure to have in class and makes my day a little brighter with her warm smile. And Miss Christensen, our music teacher, said, Savannah is a hard worker. I can always count on her to be ready to work and have a positive attitude. And all of those things are true. And I'm very proud to announce Savannah Seeley as our Miller Strong Student of the Month. And our Teacher of the Year, Miss Alexis Patrick, she teaches 6th grade math. Alexis has one of those classrooms that is always really fun, really engaging, really interactive. It's just one of those classes that you really want to be in. And so it's just fantastic to get to go in there. I often find myself visiting that class a lot just to kind of see all the cool stuff that's going on. And she's always down to have a good time, so much so that we're doing the 12 days of like holiday cheer for Lakeview. I was like, that's really cool. Like, I'm coming up with 12 days. We're going to dress up. And she didn't think it was enough. So, we'll keep it going. Maybe next year we'll have more. But I'm very proud and happy to introduce Alexis Patrick as our Teacher of the Year.
Hi there, I'm Amy Young. I'm the principal of Independence Intermediate, and I would love for my Student of the Month, Dylan Vong, to come up, and also my Teacher of the Year, Beth Quintana. All right, so when we were trying to choose, because this is a big deal, these Character Strong Awards, these are big deals. And so I asked for my teachers to just send me some nominations. And this student's 4th grade teacher sent me an email, and he's in 5th grade now. And this is what she says. I think we should recognize Dylan Vaughn because he's truly the best of the best in everything that exemplifies a Yukon Miller. He is extraordinarily respectful and kind. He is helpful to adults and his peers. He takes the initiative to help others. He embodies integrity and trustworthiness. And you know that he is doing what you ask of him and the class. He shows up every day prepared to listen and learn. And he came to IIS in December of last year, humbly ready to shine, and he has. Dylan's 5th grade teachers also respect and admire him so much. He truly exhibits gratitude every single day in all the things that he does. And he makes the most of every single opportunity. Last Friday, he sang the dedication of merit in front of all 780 students of Independence. And that song is written to remind us that the unity of compassionate people who want to share peace and kindness and harmony and goodness and love to everyone around the world is so absolutely important. So Dylan Vong, the best kid ever in Yukon. And then I have the amazing Beth Quintana. And so I, of course, asked my teachers again about Beth. She She started teaching with us 6 years ago as what I would call a baby teacher. And she has grown from being that baby first year teacher to this amazing master teacher. And she is so kind and she is so humble, and she's able to make technology make sense to no matter who it is. And as one of the teachers said, it makes it stick. And so this is one of the things our teacher said. I have the privilege of working with almost every teacher in our building. I see the wonderful things our teachers are doing and the incredible relationships they are building with their students. There are a few teachers, however, who stand out among the rest, and Beth Quintana is one of them. She is the most kind and caring human, and it is obvious to me that every student in her class feels seen and cared for. I have to say that I admire Beth so much. As a young person, her mother passed away. She raises her sister that is a high school student. So she's officially a band parent. She goes on all the things. She is at every concession stand, selling every candy bar, but she just takes wonderful care of her sister. She takes wonderful care of us, and she is so absolutely selfless and not a better human in the world than Beth Quintana.
Okay, hi, I'm Tracy Sewitsky. I'm the principal at Redstone. I'm going to first call up my teacher of the year and her girls if they want to come up. And Ryan, you're always. As we opened. As we opened Redstone in 2020, amidst COVID and all the changes that our teachers had to come into an intermediate school from the middle school. Mrs. Wells teaches 6th grade math. And so it was a big change for her to come to an intermediate school. And she chose to come there. That was her choice. Like, I will, if I choose a school, she came, and it was hard. And she has been a leader since we opened the building, even through, it was some negativity of people that didn't want to necessarily be there. But Mrs. Wells was always the one that was the positive one. She's been my team lead. She's been the one that stuck through. No, I see that. She's been the one that stuck through, and now we're reaping the benefits of a teacher like Mrs. Wells. So I cannot be more proud to introduce Mrs. Kara Wells as Redstone's Teacher of the Year. And her girls are pretty great too. All right, now I would like to bring up my student of the month with character and all of the teachers. Scout Mayfield Kid. Come on, Mrs. Thomas. Okay, so when we decided on who was going to be our student with character this month, she was an obvious choice. And when I sent it out to the parents, to the teachers for any, what do you have to say? I have 3 teachers that decided to come to the board meeting tonight after the hours that they spend already teaching, just to speak on Scout's character. So I'm going to let them tell you how awesome this young lady is.
So I'm her homeroom teacher, and honestly, the day that we had to meet the teacher, she came in and goes, "I'm so glad I got you. I wanted to be in your class, and I just can't wait." And she has kept that vibe all year so far. She is the first person that wants to help. She will help anybody and everybody, and gets her work done and gets it done well, and is just ready to love on everybody, and will also be just the brightest joy in class as well. We even had something today that she couldn't stop laughing, which made everybody else laugh, and so it just brings such joy to the entire classroom. So I'm so glad that she is our character this month.
Yeah, so I'm her math and science teacher, and Scout, when I think of her, I think of joy. She's just an incredible kiddo who seeks out the well-being of others, She's not just a student that's there to learn, but she's also there to be a part of the classroom. She's there to make sure that everybody's doing okay, and to seek out the students that maybe don't want to be a part of everything else. And she's just an outstanding, outshining student who goes above and beyond in everything that she does. So she's very well deserved for this.
And I'm Lacey Thomas. I was her 4th grade ELA teacher. And so when I got the email about her, I was not surprised at all. She has all of these amazing qualities that these other ladies have mentioned. And it's just really cool to see how much she has grown even from last year, and just to see how great she does and how inspiring she is to all of us.
I'll just tack on one little last thing. As we were getting out of the car the other morning after Christmas or after Thanksgiving break, and everybody is like half still asleep, Scout gets out of the car and goes, "Good morning!" And that's just the joy. I heard that word more than anything, the joy that you bring to everybody around you. So congratulations, Scout Mayfield.
All right, elementary. Dr. Pierce going to lead us off.
You have someone in tow.
I do.
Nice.
All right.
Here, let's have you stand over here so you can see her on the camera.
There you go. All right, excuse me, I'm Bill Pierce. I'm the principal at Surrey Hills Elementary. And it's my distinct honor and privilege to introduce this amazing young lady with the biggest, kindest heart, Mila Renfro. She is a Surrey Hills Elementary 1st grade student. She was nominated by a couple of her teachers in the building. So her name came up several times. So I knew that she was our character strong student of the month. She, the same message was that resonated with all of the teachers was that she has the biggest heart. She's kind, she's gracious in everything that she does, and she's always willing to help out. I've known her a little while, and what you see is a bright spot in the lives, in the hallways of Surrey Hills Elementary, in this small young lady. And I'm just so proud of her. Your teachers are so proud of you. And it's my distinct privilege to introduce Mila Renfro as our Character Strong Student of the Month. This is my boss. All right, she's going to stay up here with me while I introduce my teacher of the year. And I wrote some things down. I just wanted to make sure that I capture the heart and essence of the work that this lady, Madison Fletcher, has brought to Yukon Public Schools. She not only affects our school each and every day, but she does have a great impact that resonates throughout the district. So Madison Fletcher started her journey by interviewing with all of the principals. Could you imagine, excuse me, interviewing with all of the elementary school principals? And that was some time ago. And I saw this light, this bright light in this young teacher that I needed on my team. I needed her in the halls of Surrey Hills Elementary. And I quickly realized that she's, again, somebody she needed on the team. Through several interviews, I pursued her and I just encouraged her to stick with me, and she did. And I am so grateful that you did that, Madison. Since starting her career, her journey at Yukon, she's completed her master's degree, started a family, had a baby, and she has impacted countless lives of students and staff just through your work and dedication in education. She's a straight shooter. I will tell you, she will give it to me straight, and I appreciate that about Madison. But she's also a force multiplier and has students' best interests at mind. I am blessed, we are blessed to have the opportunity to work alongside such an amazing educator at Surrey Hills and in our district. Madison Fletcher, Surrey Hills Elementary Teacher of the Year.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Carla Smith. I'm the principal at Skyview Elementary, and I have with me one of the greatest students that I have ever taught or ever been have the privilege of seeing develop, and that is Miss Lila Bowen. I had asked teachers to nominate, and again, when the same name pops up from several different teachers, you know this is somebody that's going to be a definite need to be recognized. Our librarian, Mrs. Moore, I think she had it very well written. She said, "I have had the privilege to watch Lila grow from a sweet, quiet first grader into this delightful ray of sunshine." And ray of sunshine is perfect description for Lila. She shares her smile and positivity with everyone she meets. She is one of the few students who asks, "How are you doing today?" and genuinely wants to know the answer. It's not just out of habit. It is, she really, really cares about anyone and everyone. When I think of Lila, I think of the word inclusive. She sees kids and includes everybody. She is not someone that would ever leave anybody out. If she sees somebody that's having a bad day, she's got that smile that just lights up the room and they make them feel welcome. I'm going to introduce Jill Marshall real quick. Jill is Lila's teacher, and she has some things that she had to say about Lila as well.
I wrote, Ronald Reagan once said, "The greatest leader is not necessarily the one who does the greatest things. He is the one that gets people to do the greatest things." This quote from our Character Strong curriculum could not be more fitting for Lila. She is a leader for so many, not just in our class, but for our school. She sets the example for others and does so with a positive attitude. She is always respectful, kind, and generous. She is so deserving of this recognition, and I just feel so blessed and honored that I get to be your teacher.
My teacher of the year for Skyview is Coach Aaron Rios. He was unable to be here this evening. He had a funeral, a family funeral that he had to attend, so he is out of town. But I would be remiss if I didn't tell you what an amazing teacher he is in the classroom, but a leader in our school, in our district. He has really helped promote the health standards for all of the physical education classes, and he's been on state committees helping to write those standards. And so he has been phenomenal in our school. I will talk more about him when he is able to be here at the next Teacher of the Year event. So, but again, let's give a hand to Coach Aaron Rios.
I'm Kristen Life. I'm the principal at Ranchwood Elementary School, and I'm thrilled to, this is a surprise to Alex Goodner. Alex Goodner has been at Ranchwood since pre-K, and he's a third grader now. I asked our PE teacher, our music teacher, art teacher, and our library specialist, I said, who would you recommend out of third grade? And Alex came to everybody's mind, the first one. But I'm going to tell a story about Alex. He's a kind soul. He is loving to everybody. But he's so courageous and he has such strength and resilience. And he showed that 1 month ago, tomorrow, we came back from principal's meeting. And that day the principal said, "Hey, let's all get together and have lunch because we don't really ever get to see each other." And I said, "I don't know, I think I need to go back to Ranchwood today. I have some things I need to do." And thank goodness I did, because as I walked in the door, my nurse is running out to the playground. My secretaries are everywhere. And I'm like, "What's going on?" They said, "Somebody has broken their arm. We think on the playground." So I said, "Oh my goodness, I guess I'll answer the phone," because the phone started ringing. And they called in and said it was Alex Goodner. So I got on the phone and called 911. Alex came in, not one tear. He kept smiling and kept saying, "I'm okay. I broke my other arm before. I'm okay." I'm okay. And so he sat down, they had the ice on his arm, and he sat there so nice. And we got a hold of his mom and his dad, and Dad came over. He was the first one there. Bless Dad's heart. Dad walked in, and as IMSA got there and the fire department got there, they took the ice off of his arm. And when you saw his arm, it was definitely broken. The fire department came and asked Dad, "What is your son's name?" He said, "Well, his son's name's Alex Goodner. When's his birthday?" And Dad just went, I said, "Let's go into the office and pull up his information. I have all the information for you." And then Dad came, and he was there with Alex. And then he went to the hospital. Arm was broken. And he came back the next day to get some gifts from his classmates. And then the second day, he was back at school, ready to learn. So thank you for being so brave and having such strength and resilience every day at Ranchwood. Alex, you are definitely Ranchwood's rock star. Thank you for showing such character.
Easy.
Be careful with the, and you notice the red and white. I think it's Yukon Millers, but it might be another thing. I don't know. Our next person I would like to introduce. This is Lindsay Willits, and Lindsay Willits is a second grade teacher at Ranchwood. She has been at Ranchwood, this is her 13th year as a teacher. We hired her right out of college, and we hit the jackpot with her. She taught first grade for us, and she moved to kindergarten, and then she begged and begged and begged, please let me go to second grade, please let me go to second grade. I said, I need you as that leader on the kindergarten team. It's not the right timing yet. And so this year she has graduated, and she is now teaching second grade and doing an amazing job. She brings so much creative ideas, so much leadership to her team. She embraces everybody. She is just exactly what we need at Ranchwood. Now, she is working on her master's degree in counseling, and you're going to finish in May. Oh, December 15th. Sorry, I was thinking it was going to be May. But she has been working so hard teaching, working on her master's degree and excelling in that. And we know that she'll eventually be a counselor in the district somewhere. Then she has 5 daughters. So if anybody has girls, she has 5. She has one that's in college at UCO, excelling in her studies. She has a senior, Jillian Pickering, at the high school, which is our student council president. She also was the state president this past year, and she's just turned over the baton. And she's getting ready to graduate and go to the University of Oklahoma. And then we have Ren, which is a 3rd grade student that shows such great leadership and great studies in 3rd grade at Ranchwood. And then she has Remy, I can keep going, that is a kindergarten student that loves to run and play and learn in kindergarten. And then she has another daughter at the very back, and her name is Gray, and she's in pre-K, already knows her multiplication facts. It's crazy. So if you see her in the back, ask her a multiplication fact, and she can tell you the answer. So again, Lindsay, thank you for representing Ranchwood. You are amazing, and I can't ask for a better second grade teacher. Okay, real quick, Gray. It's 2 times 7.
You got
it.
What's 2 times 7? What's 2 groups of 7, Greg? 2 times 7 equals 14.
Thank you.
Oh, Mama's over here.
There you go.
There we go.
Perfect, right there.
Okay. Good evening. My name is Heather Mitchell. I'm the principal at Parkland Elementary, and it is my pleasure to introduce to you Eileen Matadamas. Eileen is one of our 3rd grade students, and she, goodness, I'm going to have to read what I came up with because I could go on and on and on. She's been with us for several years, and she's an absolute joy to have as a student. Each teacher that Eileen has had over the years has said that Eileen is the kindest, most helpful, and happy student that they have had. She always has a smile on her face, and she has a great sense of humor. One of the things that her current teacher, Mrs. Gore, said is that above all of those other wonderful character traits, Eileen truly helps others in her class and loves doing so. She is so kind to her classmates. We are so proud of you, and I know that I will miss you dearly next year as she moves on to intermediate, but thank you so much for the example you've set for your classmates and all of the little kids at Parkland. You are a wonderful example of what it means to be a great student, so thank you. And now I would like to bring up Mrs. Kim Grant. Kim is super, super excited to have the attention on her. You'll find out why. This is not maybe her favorite thing to do, but for me, it is absolutely my pleasure. So it's my pleasure to introduce to you Parkland's Teacher of the Year, Mrs. Kim Grant.
Mrs. Grant teaches kindergarten and is in her 5th year of teaching. It took no time at all for teachers, parents, and students of Parkland to fall in love with Mrs. Grant. She is so incredibly loving toward her students. As a matter of fact, she makes a point to tell every single child in her classroom that she loves them every single morning. When you walk into Mrs. Grant's classroom, you are immediately immersed in a colorful, warm, fun, energetic learning environment where kids are learning how to treat each other and how to love each other, as well as all their academics. Not only does Mrs. Grant excel as a classroom teacher, but as a true support for parents of her students. She has been known to go above and beyond to accommodate anything her students' families may need. Mrs. Grant has also served in many leadership roles, not only at Parkland, but at the district level as well. She is a true collaborator and has a way of getting everyone excited and working toward the same goal. I can honestly say I have never in my life met anyone as selfless as Kim. No matter what is happening in her own life, the first thing on her mind is how is everyone else doing and how can I help? She's a true source of sunshine and positivity. Mrs. Grant has impacted my life personally, the life of my son personally, and the lives of so many others at Parkland by spreading her love and enjoyment of teaching throughout our building. It's my honor to celebrate her as our Teacher of the Year.
Hello, I'm Shannon Dutton, the principal at Myers Elementary, and it is my honor to introduce Mila Kaufman and her teacher, Miss Michael. This is our Character Strong winner, Student of the Month for this month, and I can't think of a better person. Our word was gratitude, and if you ever talk to younger students, a lot of times when you ask them what they're grateful for, it's their Xbox, their PlayStation, their toys. But Mila, when you ask her, that's not her answer at all. In fact, I talked to her today just to kind of remind her about today and not to be nervous. And I said, so what are you most grateful for? And she goes, oh, that's easy. My friends and my family. And I was like, what is it about your friends and family that you're so grateful about? And she says, well, my friends, we've been friends for a long time and we just take care of each other. And my family loves me and they're very sweet. And when I talk to her teacher and her classmates, they kind of say the same thing. Mila takes care of her classmates. She's the one that walks around and makes sure everybody has help. She's a caring friend. She makes sure that they're okay. If you ask the teacher, she says she's the one that's always got a smile on her face, putting hard work and effort into everything she does because she truly wants to do well, not because she gets an award, which she was very surprised to get this, but because she truly, truly wants to do well. And so she is a fantastic student to represent Myers. And now it is my pleasure and honor to introduce you to Sam Pierce, our instructional specialist for Myers and our Teacher of the Year this year. I have to say, being new, she has been my right-hand man, and I could not do this job without her. I would have crashed and burned many times over if it weren't for her. And the best way I can describe Sam is if you're a sports fan and you ever see a team that just has a bunch of superstars, I mean, really, you just think they're not going to lose. They're going to win it all this year because they're just so good, but then they don't win. They're not good. They just can't figure it out until that one player comes along, that one player that just pulls them all together, knows their strengths, knows their weaknesses, sets them up for success, and the team starts doing well. Well, that's Sam. That's our Sam. That's who she is for Myers. She's a rock star all her own, but she chooses not to stand up in the front and shine. She still shines, but she does it from the back. She knows her students. She knows her teachers. She knows me. She knows all of us, and she does all the little things and works behind the scenes to make us successful, to make us grow as a team. She's the glue that holds us together. And she's the positive force that keeps us going. She doesn't think that if we set our mind to it, we're going to do it. We're not going to fail. A couple of months ago, we were told that we were going to get safe dismissal, and we were super excited about it. We were going to start it before fall break or right at fall break, and I just came back and I was like, guess what? Because she kind of runs our dismissal, and I said, we're getting safe dismissal. It's going to be great. And she goes, well, did you bring me any information to start looking at? I was like, well, no. She goes, well, is there a website? Is there an app? And I was like, well, I don't know. She was like, well, are we getting training? And I was like, well, I don't know. And in my mind, I'm thinking, I probably should have asked some more questions, but she just smiled at me. She goes, cool, it's going to be great. We've got this. And she turns around and walks off. So that's our Sam. That's our rock star, our cheerleader, our person that has our back no matter what. And I can't think of anybody better to represent Myers this year than you. So
Hello, I'm Laurie Gallagher. I'm Laurie Gallagher, the principal at Central Elementary, and I am so happy to present to you Central's Character Strong Student of the Month. This is Aiden Columbus, and I have had the joy of being Aiden's principal since he was in kindergarten. I've watched him grow up year after year, open the car door for him every day, and he's really that bright spot every day when I open car doors. It's one of my favorite things to do, but Aiden every single morning always has a smile on his face. I always say, good morning, Aiden, how are you? And he's like, I'm fine, how are you, Mrs. Gallagher? Every day, without fail, he always, not just thinking about himself, but also was asking me and asking the other teachers how they are doing and wishing us a great day. Aiden has just been a bright star in everyone at Central. We had several teachers that recommended him. The words that we were talking about, have been talking about all year, were respect and responsibility and gratitude. And so Aiden represents all of those things. He's always respectful to his teachers, his classmates, anybody in our building. He comes to school prepared every single day, ready, responsible to learn and to be an example to other students. And he's always showing his gratitude by always being appreciative and just letting people know, thank you, I appreciate you. He's just a student that you hope that you have a whole school of. And so his teacher wrote that, she said, I am so lucky to have Aiden in my class this year. Not only does he excel academically, but he's a great leader in our classroom. He's always ready to learn, he's respectful of others, and he has a grateful heart. And so proud to introduce Aiden Columbus, Central Student of the Year. And I'm going to be so sad when he goes to 4th grade next year. And another shining star at Central. This is Kristen Martin, our teacher of the year. Kristen came to us middle of the year in December. About 5 years ago, we were in need of an art teacher, and she came in and just transformed our program. She came in just ready to go. She has an interior design background, decided to go into education. And when I went out and stalked her on Facebook and found out like where she had worked other places, she had worked in a flower shop in Stillwater, which is one of my favorite places in the world. But so I called the flower shop and they're like, I said, can you tell me a little bit about Kristen? And they're like, oh, we are not happy with her. And I was like, oh, this is not good. And they're like, we are so upset that she's leaving us. She is so amazing and that you would be so lucky to have her. And I was like, yes, I knew it. So then she came in mid-year, she transformed our art program. If you ever get the opportunity to come to Central, you will see the amazing, amazing things all throughout our building that she does with our kids every single day. But not only is she an amazing art teacher who is also working on her master's about to finish soon, she's just innovative. She's always looking for ways to learn, to grow, to help in our building. She's on numerous committees. Anytime I need something, Kristen's there. Anytime anybody in the building needs anything, Kristen's there, and she does it with a smile on her face. She does it with just a grateful heart. She is just thoughtful, and everybody needs Kristen's. And we've heard about all these amazing teachers tonight, and there are so many amazing teachers in Yukon, and we're so grateful for all of them. But I am certainly glad to have Kristen Martin at Central Elementary as our Teacher of the Year.
All right. Good evening. I'm Randy Stowe. I'm the principal at Shedeck Elementary, and I have my student of the month, Heber Martinez. Come on up, buddy. How are you, my friend? All right, Heber is, I mean, you can just see from the smile on his face, he is one of our shining stars at Shedeck. He's a fantastic kiddo. His counselor said this about him. Heber is a shining example of gratitude. He's consistently uses his kindness to bring joy to those around him. He expresses gratitude daily by saying thank you and using his manners. And he's excited to be at school and grateful for this opportunity to learn and grow. This is our student of the month from Shedeck Elementary, Heber Martinez. All right, and we saved our best teacher of the year for last, obviously. Mrs. Keller, you'll come on up. I'd like to introduce Shedeck's teacher of the year, Lauren Kellett. Lauren Kellett, I heard about her before she ever before I ever came to Shedeck. Just fantastic things, and every time I'm in her classroom, I get to see those fantastic things. She has a great learning environment. The kids love each other, they love her, and they speak so very highly of her. So I've asked a few of your colleagues and students to tell me a little bit about you tonight. And so Mrs. Kellett is exactly the kind of teacher that you will want for your children. Her room is inviting, tranquil, and everyone has mutual respect for one another. She creates an environment that is rich with learning, but also a safe place to try new things. I've never seen Mrs. Kellett lose her cool. She keeps her composure in every situation and shows empathy to her students. She comes to work and invests in every single student in her room. Every single student thinks that they are her favorite. She makes learning exciting and has high expectations, and her students meet those expectations. In fact, when she is gone, teachers fight to sub in her classroom because it basically runs itself. It has been an honor to work with her, become her friend, and watch her students, including two of my own, Miss Langley, absolutely thrive in her classroom. I also have a few students that have said some things about it. Destiny said she liked Mrs. Kellett because she was a very sweet teacher. She says her reading treehouse, helped her focus on reading and become a better reader. And my favorites, Addie said she loved Mrs. Kellett. She really prioritized her students and made them feel loved. She was really impressed with her unicycle skills. All right, this is our teacher of the year from Shedeck Elementary.
Okay, so this begs an opportunity to take a little time for you guys to take a. Are you, Kayla? Are you still doing? Or do you need a time for a group, or what do you need? And then one with all the teachers. Okay, so while they're doing that, we'll take a quick break. But I just want to say that this is just so much fun being able to celebrate. And I know doing these things makes our meetings take a little bit longer. But I'm going to be very unapologetic about celebrating students and celebrating teachers and the great things that our community does. So let's take some time. Let's take a few minutes, and we'll call this a timeout. Okay, D-Row?
Gosh, that was fabulous. We are going to start with board member communications and Brian.
I don't have much tonight. I just thought this was wonderful, seeing all the kids up here and all the teachers of the year. Just amazing things that are going on. I will say the article about the house for the students, transition housing.
Transition house, yeah.
Is amazing thing. I've read stories about other programs that have done that, and I've witnessed some of that in my years of different experience. It does a great thing for students. So that's all I've got.
Big point to Amy when you talk about that one.
Okay, Leonard?
I just might mention, since he talked about it, that there was a report on TV about the program that we're starting over there. And so I thought it was well done. Just got a couple of items. One, I wanted to talk briefly about I felt a need to share my opinion and position on our extracurricular activities and programs. After our last board meeting, I was pretty much told that the only thing I cared about was the band. And while I do, you can tell real easily that I do promote the band, and it's. I think we have one of the best band programs in the state. It used to be that, and it was an opinion. Now it's a fact this year. But I just wanted to assure everyone that I strongly support the extracurricular activities and feel they're very important a very important part of our education here in Yukon. And whether it's sports, arts, the students gain much from participating in these activities. Some examples are leadership, teamwork, value of practice, sense of accomplishment, close friendships, time management, responsibility, and then there's several others. And there's a lot of information out there that backs the fact that extracurricular activities are good for our students. And so I just wanted to make sure that everybody understood that. I kind of assumed, since I've been doing this for 12 and a half years now, that people would understand that. But and I guess, having said that, okay, what proof do I have that I really feel that way? So I decided to make a list of some of the things I've done over the last 10 years. I'll try to keep this short.
Yeah, can we have the short version, please?
Well, I get to talk for the other two guys that are not here. But no, I've been able to attend and go to a lot of different activities. Academic Quiz Bowl, I've been to some of those. Band performances, which of course I already have talked about, and that's what got me in trouble, I guess. And then basketball games, cheer performances, football. And again, going to the football games is kind of neat in that you can support several activities at once. You've got the cheer and the pom and the band, and as well as the football team. And
the trainers and the managers and the.
Yeah. And, if you don't believe me, you can ask Dr. Simroth or Suzanne. They both see me on a regular basis. And I normally don't miss a home football game unless I'm out of town. And it's been really nice this year with the video broadcast, the streaming. I even got to watch the away games. I'm not big at going to away games. I should be, but I'm not. So next, after I've been to basketball games, cheer performances, FFA rodeo, Leaders of Tomorrow, pom-pom performances. And I wanted to mention on that, there was a real good article in the Progress about the team getting their third straight title. And most of you probably realize how difficult that is. I mean, it's tough to get it once, but to get it 3 times in a row is just.
The only 3 times it's been offered since the beginning.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
The very first 3.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll just keep on.
Let's just roll. Yeah.
Softball games, swim meets, talent shows, theater performances, track and field competitions, vocal performances, and winter guard. And if I didn't list one of them that is one of your favorite, it's either I forgot it or it's on my board bucket list, I guess, because there are some that I'd really like to go to, but I haven't had a chance to work them into my schedule. So I hope I've made my point on what I think, how valuable extracurricular activities are. The second item I had on my list was I wanted to talk briefly about the mock city council that I attended this last month. Daryl Andrews directs the program, and I know one of his volunteer supporters is David Goodwin, which is a local banker. But it was a fun evening, I thought. They had an agenda. Well, first they attended the actual city council meeting, and then they had their meeting, and they had it's the group that Daryl directs is the Leadership of Tomorrow, but it looks like he had some additional help from the student council and the YHS leadership. I'm not sure exactly how that's different than the Leaders of Tomorrow, but so it was a group effort. But the students were assigned positions such as mayor, city council, clerk, city manager, police chief, fire chief, just like the regular meeting, if you've ever been to one of the city council meetings. And then they had a group of students that were participated by being concerned citizens that wish to address the council. And I guess one comment that I wanted to make, I had in there somewhere and I forgot it, but learning doesn't have to be boring. It can be humorous at times because they are learning. But in the process of the meeting, the mayor asked for a motion on an agenda item. No one said anything. Then you could hear someone whisper, "So move." So one of the council members spoke up and said with expression, "I'm so moved." Of course, that cracked up the whole crew, but it was entertaining and it was a learning process, and I enjoyed it. That's it.
Mr. Wells, how many of your kids and grandkids have been through the band program?
All 3 of my kids, all 5 of my grandkids.
Okay. Enough said. It's kind of interesting because when I first came on the board, it was a couple years ago, and our athletic director was David Fisher. And I was asking him some questions about, we've got all these kids who are in this program, and, and some of them don't get to play. And he said, what's important here is that this is their passion, and this is what keeps some of these kids in school. And this is their motivation to have their grades be acceptable and passing. And I had never thought of it that way, but that really opened my eyes. And so with that said, when we look at the music programs that we have, they do that too. When we look at the art programs that we have, some of these kids only go to school so that they can do music, or so that they can paint or draw or have a sculpture or whatever their passion is, whether it's tennis or, whatever. But we've got a good, well-rounded curriculum for these kids. And with starting orchestra next year, we're going to be able to reach even more students through our music program. And I'm very proud of our teachers and our teachers of the year. Every teacher is the teacher of the year. And so I just want to say, I love seeing all the kids tonight. I came in, I saw these kids, and I was like, oh, we have kids tonight. And that's why we're here. That's what we're here for, is those kiddos. And so anyway, I want to wish everybody a happy holiday season, and we'll see you back next year in this room. But you've got 2 weeks to go, and it's going to be great. Thank you. 3 weeks? Oh, I'm sorry. I really should have consulted with an expert.
2 weeks days and
14
25
working days.
14 working days. Okay, team, we can do it. You can do it. All right, that's all I've got. And then we're going to talk about upcoming meetings and events. And concerning that, I'm sure that every single school is having some kind of a holiday program, whether it's going to be music or instruments, or maybe there's some art going on or whatever it is. That's going to be listed in the Miller Minute that you will receive after this meeting that Kayla does for us as to where it is. And then I'm sure it'll probably be on our website for the schools. So be sure and participate every place you get a chance. Melissa, is the Scott Choir Rotunda
It's December 15th and 16th.
December 15th and 16th?
I just happen to know that one. That's one of my favorite
Okay,
things that I
December
never
5th.
miss.
And what's it called? Christmas in the Rotunda. Okay, that is so good. And who knew that the acoustics in there were going to be perfect for that at the time? I mean, really, we have happy accidents. Okay. Anything?
No.
Meetings, events?
No, just throw out one thing, and I don't mind. They can come in with me for this one, Leonard. We now have 6, if I'm not mistaken, Melissa, is that right? 6 total All-State band members as of today. So that's a cool thing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yay.
moving on.
Okay. Finance consent docket. Item 6. All of the finance consent items will be discussed, considered, approved, or disapproved by one vote unless a board member desires to have a separate vote on any or all of the consent items. And that would be items 6A through C. Is there any discussion?
Oh, I've got one comment. I just had to make it. As some of you know, I look at the information fairly close, and I pick certain ones that I ask for additional information on. And one of them that I requested this time was we bought something from the Pink Oatmeal Company. Still never did find out how they got their name, but I do know what they sell, and it was appropriate for the school.
It's not oatmeal. It's not oatmeal.
No.
No, it's not. It's
software for our special ed.
Yeah,
instructors, so.
physical activity and motor skills is their specialty. But I just had to throw that out.
Yeah.
No, I had all my questions answered, and
it's humorous.
That's one of the things that Mr. Wells excels at, is keeping an eye on the budget and the money and all of the different funds, because school finance is different than anything else in the whole world, and he's got it down. So we really appreciate that you do that, because I'll go through and read through it, and then I'll go find Leonard's questions, and he's pretty much had my questions and they're already answered. So once in a while I have to ask about something, but not very often. Okay, so I would entertain a motion for item 6A through C.
so moved.
Second,
Second.
vote please.
Let's see, Mr. Wells.
Yeah. Yes.
Mr. Colson.
Yes.
Yes. Item 7, all of these items will be discussed, considered, approved, or disapproved by one vote unless a board member requests to have a separate vote on any or all of the consent items, and that would be items 7A through E. Is there any discussion? Motion, please.
I move that we approve all items on the business consent docket, 7A to 7E.
Thank you.
Second.
Vote please.
Mr. Wells.
Yes.
Mr. Colson.
Yes.
Mrs. Cannon.
Yes.
You may have noticed that December is a pretty uneventful month.
We're grateful. I think we're all grateful
Yeah.
that December's
That's why we do
uneventful.
Teacher of the Year in December, right, Des? You get more time.
Let's see. New business?
No, ma'am.
Personnel docket, vote to convene or not to convene an executive session pursuant to 25 OS 307B1 to discuss the resignations, employment, of support and certified personnel, promotions, recommendation of change of assignment, and/or transfers as listed on the attached Exhibit A.
I make a motion that we do not convene an executive session.
Okay, second.
Second.
Vote, please.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Well, we didn't have an executive session, so we don't have to say that we came back. So is there a motion for item 9C, which is possible action on Exhibit A, the personnel items?
I move that we approve the items on 9, is it 9C?
9C.
Mhm.
Yes, sir.
A second.
Vote, please.
Yes.
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 Mr. Beamer's not here.
I don't think we
Yeah.
can adjourn.
He's not here.
There's
Somebody's
no-
going to have to step up.
I make a motion,
Suzanne.
we adjourn.
There you go.
Second.
Vote, please.
Yes.
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 Thank
Merry
you very
Christmas,
much.
everybody.
Yeah.
Good day.
For being here.
Don't look at me like I'm crazy. We figured it out. We didn't need it. You're like,